Welcome everyone to this part 3 of our programming lecture. In this video, we will learn how to manage data in R Studio. So in this video, basically, we will learn how we can add data in R. We will learn how to read data from some text file. We will also learn how to import some CSV file or Excel file. Then we will also learn how to analyze data in R. So let us go to the R Studio. So this is the R Studio. So this is, as I have already explained, that this is the console window. This is the environment window where all the variables and all the data will be stored. And this is the files. You can see plot. If I will plot anything, then that will be the result will be present here. Then if I want to install any packages, then I can do that from here. Then this is help section. So let us start. So today we will learn about the formula scan. So first let us see what does the help section tell us about the scan function. So when we click enter, so it gives so it gives read data value. So scan is basically, it is to read the data values. So read data into a vector or list from console or file. So what we can do is we can either enter the data manually from our keyboard, or we can also read some file. So if we have some file which is containing some data, then we can read that file and we can have some variable with some data stored in that. Okay, so let us try to write some prime numbers. So what we can do is, let us write prime numbers from 1 to 50. So that data we can write from keyboard. So primes equal to, so now I will be storing all my prime numbers in this prime variable. So you can keep it as a single variable, single alphabet variable, or you can write prime. So this is a variable for me. So scan and parenthesis and click enter. So once you will click enter, it will start reading the data from your keyboard. So whatever you will write on your keyboard, then that will be stored against this primes variable. So as you can see, now it is giving the one line. That means the first line is entered. Now it is reading data from the first line. So our first prime number is 2, then space, next prime number is 3, then space, next prime number is 5, space, 7, then 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, and then what is the next prime number? That is 37, then 41, 43, and I think these are all the primes that are less than 50. So now when you will enter, then that is starting to take second paragraph. So now if you will click enter, then it will stop. So it will, and so as you can see, now it has read all the 49 items. So if I have entered more data, then it would have stored more numbers to this primes variable. So now if you can see on this right in the environment section, you can see that the variable primes, it contains 14. It is a 14 vector variable, and the vectors are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so on. So this is how we can store. Now let us write primes, and if I click enter, then you will see that it will publish all the variables stored against this primes. So this is how you can read data using scan. So you can store data to some variable using scan. So we have already learned how to store data using C formula, C bracket. Now this is another formula using which we can store vectors to some variable. Now let us take the next option, which is to scan. So I have a file. Let me show you the file. So in the document section, so this primes contains a lot of data. So this is all the primes which are smaller than 1000. So I have stored all these primes in this file, and all the primes are separated by space. So when you will enter this data, now I want to read this data using my R software. So let us do that. So for that, what we have to do, so primes again, let me take it one, scan. Okay, sorry, so we forgot to enter double parenthesis. So let us rewrite this, primes equal to scan. Now you have to enter the file name. So file equal to, the name of the file should be in the inverted commas, so click on this inverted commas. Now as you can see, I have this files, the name of this files is prime, so you have to enter the same here. So primes, and because it is in txt format, text document txt, so I have to enter .txt. Now when I will click, so as you can see, it is giving me that it has read 168 items. That means all the data. Now you can see here also that it has stored all the primes. So let us see what all primes are stored in this. So now when I will click this primes 1, so this is containing 168 prime numbers. So this is containing the prime numbers which are smaller than. So this is how you can store data against some prime numbers. So as you can see, 2 and so on, so all these things is stored against this. So total 168 prime numbers are stored in this primes1 variable. Now let us do some things about this primes1. So let us learn what is its range. So to calculate its range, click on range. So it will tell from which number to which number the data is stored in this. So range, and then write primes1 and click enter. So it will give, so as you can see, it is giving that there are numbers from 2 to 997. This is the 997 and this is 2. Now let us try to calculate its length. As you know that it has 168 numbers stored in it, so it will give the length of this primes variable is 168. So this is how you can store some data, and then you can analyze it, all the things. So you can find the mean. So to calculate the mean, the formula is mean, which gives the mean of the function. So you can write primes1 and click enter. It will give you the mean of all the primes which are smaller than 1000. So the mean is 453. Then you can have median of primes1. So same median, for calculating median you have to write median, and then in the parenthesis the variable that you want to find median. Then you can also have standard deviation. For standard deviation the formula is SD, and write primes1 in this and click enter. So it is giving you the standard deviation 298. So this is how you can analyze, if you can analyze data after storing in R. So now we have learned how to enter data to some variable manually, and also we have learned how to read data from some file, from some text file. So it should be a text file. So how you can get this text file? You have to right click on this, and then against the new you have to create text document. And when you will create text document, then this file will be created and you can add anything. So this is a notepad file, so you can enter anything, and then you can read this file using your R software. We will also learn how to import CSV file and Excel file later on, but before that let us proceed to the next. So now what I will do, I have this data. So this is suppose some class 12th marks data. So these are the name of the students, and these are their corresponding marks in maths, in physics, in chemistry, in bio, in English. So what I want to do is I want to store all this data. So there are two ways to store this data in R. So first we will do it manually, and then next we will export this file to both CSV file and as well as Excel file, and we will see how we can import this data. So first let us enter this data manually. So to enter this data manually, what we have to do, we will have to use some. So first is your names. So you can store this against the names variable. So you will create names variable, names, and then you equal, and now you have to enter data. So you can enter data against a variable using C formula. So you have to enter C formula, and then you have to enter these names in inverted commas. So I have already made a file of this. So what I will do, I will just copy paste this. To reduce our time, I have already copy pasted this data here, so that we don't waste so much time writing these names here. So as you can see how to store data, you want to keep this heading, you want to keep names as a heading of this column. So you write the name of the variable as names, and then you have to use the C formula, C parenthesis, and in this you have to enter all the names within inverted commas and separated by comma. So this we have done. Okay, so all the names are written separated by inverted commas, as you can see. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12 names are stored against this variable name. So names is a variable and 12 names are stored. Now as you can see here, 12 characters are stored. As you can see, it is giving the numeric. So numeric values are stored against primes, whereas CHR represents that characters are stored against the names. Okay, so now we have created names column. Now we have to get this math data. So what we will do, we will again enter math equal to C. Now these are all numerical values, so we can just enter these values separated by comma. So again, this data I have already there in my file. So what I will do, I will just copy paste this data, and so you can enter yourself. Just to avoid time, I have already made this data. So now I have entered all the numbers. So this is the number of maths corresponding to Harish, this is the number of maths corresponding to Hitesh, and this is the number of maths 73 Mansi, 83 Megha. So this is how we have stored the data. Next, let us store the data of physics. So for that, what we will do, we will write physics equal to C. Okay, we forgot to, yes, we have entered the data. Now C square. Now again enter all marks. So I have already created this file. So just enter this data. So I have entered all. So you can enter these data manually also. Okay, and then click enter. Now you can see physics 12 numbers are stored against physics also. Now next is chemistry. So you have to enter chem equal to C. Let us enter this data manually. Roughly we enter 12, so 76, 89, 90, 87. So because this is all rough data, so we can enter any number. Okay, how many number we have entered? 6. Now 9, 10, 11 and 12. 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, 3, 12. So we have stored this data. So as you can see, I can enter the data manually also. Just to avoid time, I have already stored those data there. Now this. So bio marks are these. So this is how you can manually add data then English marks. So this will create, let us write English data. Okay, so now I have stored, I've got 6 variables. First is names, then math, then physics, then chem, then bio, then English. So I've got 6 data. Now I want to transfer these data into an Excel file. So what to do, we will use the formula data frame. So let us see what is data frame in the help section. First let us see what is data frame. So this is the data frame, and now click enter. You will learn about this data frame. So as you can see on the right, we have the details about the data frame. Let me just maximize it a little. So the function data.frame creates data frames, tightly coupled collections of variables which share many of the properties of matrices. So they generally, it is of the form, the form we used to see in Excel file or some table form, and of list, used as the fundamental data structure by most of the R modeling software. So how to store data? So first we will write data.frame. So we will create some file. So file name should be there before file name, then file name should be equal to data.frame, and then we will enter the rows. So whatever we will enter, that will be stored as a data frame. Okay, so let us try to write this. So we what file name we should keep? We should keep 12th marks. Okay, so this is 12th marks. Okay, so this file equal to data dot frames. Remember to put data dot frame and then enter. And what you should put all these names, all these variables separated by comma. Names, then math, then physics, then chem, then bio, then English. These names should match the name of the variables. If you will put capital or if you will put something else, then it will not create the data frame. And now click enter. So once you will click enter, you will see that, as you can see here, you have received a message that a data has been created, 12th marks, where 12 observations of 6 variables. So you can view this file from here also by clicking on this, or you can view from here also. So let me first show you how you can view from here, then you can view from here also. If you will click here, then it will directly show the data in the 4th window that will come pop up here, or else you can write the view command. So for writing the view command, we should be capital. You should note that till now whatever we have formula or whatever syntax we have always used small letter, but now in view the first letter is capital and all other are small. So write view equal to, and this 12th marks, the name of the file. So when you will enter this, and now when you will enter this, then you will see all the data has been created. So you can see it is similar to what we wanted. So all this data has been transformed into R. So this we have done manually. We have transferred this data manually by entering each data manually. So we have entered all the names manually, then we have entered all the marks manually, and so this is all you can do manually also. Then we will see how we can import file also, but for now we will do it manually. So you can see all the names and their corresponding marks. Now next what you want is, you want to calculate their percentage. Okay, so to how calculate that, now we will start, because we have got the data in R. Now we want to analyze. So first, our first aim is to get their percentage. So how to get their percentage? So percentage, what is the formula for percentage? You have to add the rows and you have to divide that by 5. So that will give you the percentage. right? If you will divide by 5, then that will give you the percentage. So let us do that. So we will create a variable, percentage, okay, and this will be equal to, now what we have to do, we have to add all the variables. So within parenthesis we have to, so first is, now name of the file, so this is 12th marks, sorry, small letters, 12th marks. Then so this is the name of the file, name of this file, as you can see, name of the file, then dollar symbol, and then you have to enter the column that you want to add. So now first we want to add maths, so maths, then plus, again name of the file, dollar symbol, and now I want to add physics column, again plus name of the file, dollar symbol, and then the next column, which is chemistry. As you can see, I am not adding this name symbol because this is a characteristic symbol. It will create a error. Then 12th marks, sorry, small letters. You should remember that R is case sensitive, so whenever we have put in small letters, we should use small letter, and whenever there is some capital letter, we have to use capital letter. So let's make this percentage also small, because it will create, later on it will create problem. So percentage, then 12th marks, dollar, and we will have this bio. I have made this p small for convenience only. You can keep it capital also, so don't think that you have to keep it small letters only. Now bio, and then last is 12th marks, plus, then dollar symbol and English. So this is how, whenever you are reading using some file, you will have to, if you are using some column, then you will have to write the name of the file, and then dollar symbol, and then after that the column that you want to consider. So this is how you have to use this. And now I want to divide it by 5. So this will give me the percentage of all the students. So as you can see, the percentage has been created. First is 71.8, then 78.8, 80.2. So let us first see what is there in the percentage. So just write percentage and enter. So it will give you the value stored against percentage variable. Now what I want to do is, I want to have this percentage in the data. So I have to add this row. So to add this row, what I will do, I have to create one. So I have to create one column. So for that, the formula is, you write the name of the file, then dollar symbol, and then the name of the column that you want to keep. So we want to keep it as percentage. So see, I am keeping the, so you can have anything, you can write percent also, percentage, whatever you want to write. So this is the name. So see, name of the file, then dollar separates the name of the column, and write equal to and store percentage. So this should be small, this percentage, because we have used small p here, so it should be small. So name of the vector that we want to keep as this column, and now click enter. So once you will click enter, you will see that the percentage column will be automatically added to the data. So as you can see, the percentage is automatically added to the data. So this is how you can analyze your data using R. Now next is, we want to calculate the mean. So mean of all the scores in maths, mean in physics, so whatever, mean in chemistry, mean in bio, so which is the average marks in mathematics by a student, average marks in physics, average marks in chemistry, average, so that we can compare them. Okay, how students have performed in mathematics, how students have performed in physics. So we want to compare them, how, in which subject they have fared well and overall, and in which subject their overall score is slightly less. So for that, we will have to find mean So we will have to calculate mean. So let us calculate mean. So first we will calculate mean of maths, and we want to store in some variable so that we can put in the data also. So what you can do is you can directly calculate mean using this formula. As we know, this is the formula for mean. And now because I have to calculate the mean of maths, so what I will do, I will have to consider this column. So to consider this column, I will have to write the name of the file, which is 12th marks, and then dollar symbol, and then the column for which I have to calculate the mean. So I will enter math. So this will give me the mean for, so as you can see, I have got the mean for maths. Similarly, I can get the mean of all the values, but now because I want to store it in the data also, so what I will do, I will store it against some variable. So I will write the variable as mean math. So this will store my value of mean in mean maths. Now so I am storing the mean of maths marks in this variable mean underscore math. So this will store this data. So as you can see, now this variable has been created, and this is the mean. Similarly, I want to have the data for physics. So what I will do, I will write physics here, phy, physics here also, phy, and then enter. So this will store mean physics. Then now next, mean chem, which is equal to mean name of the file dollar, then chem, chemistry marks. So it will store the mean of, so mean chem is also stored. Now mean underscore bio, which is equal to mean 12 marks, name of the file, then bio, and click enter. So now mean bio is also stored. So mean underscore, now last is English, which is equal to this, okay, and mean and 12 marks English, right? So this will store the mean of English. So as you can see, all the means are stored here. Now I want to get the mean of percentage also. So I will write mean underscore, I will not write full percentage, so I am writing just per, but here I will have to write full. Now because this is case sensitive, it has to be capital P, so percentage. You can choose from the suggestions also, as it is giving us the suggestion, and click enter, and now it has stored the mean of percentage also, which is 79.95. so the mean percentage of the class is 79.95. so this person is slightly less than the average, this is slightly greater than the average, this is much above the average, he is performing very well, Nitin is performing very well. So this is how we can check whether the person is above the average or below the average. So all this analysis can be done using R. So now let us try to add this data as a new row. So to add the row, we have to use the R-bind formula. So what is R-bind formula? First let us learn that. So help, now we will learn about R-bind formula. So click enter, and you will get combine R objects by rows or columns. So cbind, with using cbind you can add columns, and using R-bind you can add rows. So we are going to use this R-bind formula. So we have to use this, the functions cbind and R-bind are S3 generic with methods for data frames. The data frame will be used if at least one argument is a data frame. So the data which we are going to use, so this one 12 marks, and we will add a new one. So how to add this? So we will add this in the mean variable. So first we have to create a data frame. So first we will have to create a data frame. If I want to add mean to this row, then what I will do, I have to add mean. So for that, what we will do, we will this, okay, it is, so we have to bring the cursor here. Now we have to create data frame. So for to create data frame, we have to use this formula mean. So okay, I don't, let us not use this, let us use this capital mean. Okay, so yes, this will be better. We can, okay, we can use the capital name mean, because we have not used capital mean anywhere. So now write data dot frame. Again we are creating a new data frame, so it will be totally new file from this. And now double bracket. So data frame should contain, now first row should be our mean. So we will add in inverted commas mean, because I want to write mean here, so that all the means will be, so this is just I want to print here. So 13th row should be mean, then mean of maths, mean of physics, mean of chemistry. So this is how I want. So mean, then mean math. Okay, mean math. So mean math, then next is mean physics, then mean chem, then mean bio, and then mean English. So this is how you add. So this, if I wanted to add some other students data, then what I could have done, I could have added the name of the student, then marks of that student in this. So let us first add students data, then you will understand it much better. So let me first delete it. Let us first add marks of a student, so that you will understand it much better. So let us add the student. So let me add some students name. So say we want to add Neha. Okay, so I am keeping the variable name also Neha. So data, small letter, data dot frame, because I want to have Neha written here, so I will write Neha in inverted commas here. You can keep the name of this something else also. So let us keep it A, so that you don't confuse that you will have to write A, Neha only here. So A we have not used, so we can write A, then Neha, then first maths marks. So let us say she has scored 78 in maths and 89 in physics, 98 in chemistry, 67 in bio, and 78 in English. So this will add, so what this will do, this will add the this will create a new frame, new data frame. Okay, and it's so we will have to get the percentage also, because we have to get the same rows also, same number of rows. So we will have to get the percentage also. So this row we could have added this before adding the percentage column. So let's now, but what we can do is we can find the percentage also. So okay, for now let us run this. So we have received some error. So okay, we have used this minus sign. So anyways, this was going to be wrong, so no problem. We had to use that dot, but we have used minus sign here, so that's why we have got this error. So first let us find the mean of this 78, 89 and this, so that we can add in the percentage also, divided by 5. So we have to calculate this. So sorry, mean was already, so we had there was no need to divide by 5, because we are already calculating mean. So 78 is the percentage, 78 is the percentage of this student. So now we can again come back to this and we will add this. So just add, now minus sign is dot, so data dot frame, and you have to enter this 78. So now it will create a new data frame. So as you can see, now another data has been created. It is of, there is just one observation in that. So here we had 12 observations, but in this data frame we have one observation. Now we will combine these two data frames. So for that, first we have to name this data frame. So names, and we have to enter the name of the file under which it should be stored. So we have to write Neha, then we have to write, so let us write Neha marks. Okay, so now equal to, and we have to enter all the top this names, math, physics, chem, bio, all this we have to enter in this. So all this we have to enter in this file. So we will use C formula. Now this, now add, so first is names, so it should be in inverted commas, names, then separated by a comma, then math, then separated by a comma, then physics, okay, I forgot to separate it by comma, physics, chem, have to separate it by comma, chem, then bio, then English, and then percentage, so separated by a comma, P should be capital, it should be same as the name of the column. So all these entries you have to enter percentage, and now you can enter just, so all the entries are done. Yes, so we have got some error. Oh sorry, we had used this A file here, so we have to put A here. So we cannot put the new name because already we have used this name A, so we have to put A here. So that's why we got this error. So we have to put A here because A is already named here, so we will put A and then we will use this. So now it has been stored in the A, so A has been given these names. So now we can create a new file in which we will club the these two data. So how to create, so write the name of new file, so class 12th marks, and because this is new file, so let me write new. You can write any name of the file you wish to have, so this, and or let us write this is fine. Now equal to, now use the formula rbind. So rbind, what this, now first it should be the old file because this is the order we want. So first should be the old file, 12th marks, this, and then new file, so which is A. So now this is the name of the new file. You could have written a Neha marks if here also. So now just enter. So when you will enter, you will see that a new file has been created and a data has been stored. So as you can see, a new file has been created with 13 observations and 7 variables, and data has been created. So now we can view this new file using view command, or we can also click here directly to view this file. So just click here. So as you can see, our command has also been created and we have got a new file in which the marks of Neha are included. So as you can see, it is all these marks are included, and here percentage also. So this percentage we have included by ourselves, because so this is how, if you want to add some row to your data, you can add using rbind formula. So for that, first you have to create a data frame set. So you have created a data frame, so you have created a new file, and then you have named that file. So you have used this name file names, and you have named that file, and this should be all the columns should be put in the same order, should be put in the C variable, and then you have use the rbind formula to create a new file. So this is how we have created a new file. Now we want to find the mean of all this. So we will use the same formula, but we will just now what we will do is, we will now, because we have added a new data, so first we will run all these files again with this new marks and new here. So now it will change this formula. As you can see, currently it is 70.08. Now when I will enter a new variable, a new number will be saved against this mean math. So now it is 70.23. Similarly, we will have all other things. So mean physics we want to calculate. So just enter, because now we want to use the data from the new file. So enter the new file name and physics, and it will store value against this. Then mean chem. So store new file and click enter, so it will change the value against that. So now mean bio also we will have to change. So all this now we are reading the new file, so you have to enter the new file name and dollar and separate it by the column that you are considering. Again mean bio, now mean English, and finally mean percentage. So all the means are calculated. So again I want to add all this data in this table. So what I will do, I will again create a new data frame like this. So let us name it mean. So mean equal to, now same formula we will use, data dot frame, and we will enter these entries. So data dot frame. Now for the name, so first the name of the column, so I will write mean in inverted commas, so it will be printed like that. Now you can enter. So first is mean math, so mean math, so mean math, mean physics, then mean chem, then mean bio, then mean English, then mean percentage. So all this data we will enter. So then this, in the 14th row we will have mean written here, then the mean math percentage, mean physics percentage, mean chem percentage, mean bio percentage, and so on. So this is how it will be done. So click enter and it will create a new data frame with the name mean. So as you can see, now a new data frame has been created which has one observation and of 7 variables. Now we want to, again we have to use the names. So enter mean in it equal to, so all the entries, so same, you just need to copy paste this because it will be same. So enter all the name of the columns, so this, and click enter. Okay, so now it has been named. Now we have to use the rbind formula. So now we will create a new file which will be, say, 12th marks updated. So I am giving the new file name. You can give any name of the file you want. Updated equal to, so name of the old file. So old file is our new file. So we will use rbind. So we will use rbind formula. So rbind, first we will give the name of the old file which is new, and now we will add the new, so which is mean. So we are adding the mean table in it. So this is how we will add, and just click enter and it will create a new data set, new file, totally new file. So as you can see, an updated file has been created with this. So just click on this and it will view the data set. So as you can see, it is giving so many, it is giving the mean now, but all the values are in so many decimals. So we want to reduce the decimal. So what we will do, we will use the option formula. So we can use the option formula to reduce the decimals. So options, then digit equal to, and the number of digits you want in that. So let us choose 4 digits. So then we will have 4 digits in all the variables, and click enter. So this will, so as you can see, now it has been updated and so when you will view it again, so it has been updated, and now all the digits are of 4 digits. So this is how you can reduce the number of decimals. Okay, so now we have seen how we can add. So similarly you can add median also of all this data. So now you can see when you will compare this data, you can compare also which one is greater, which one is smaller. So this Harish has scored 62 while the average class marks is 72 in maths. So here he is performing little low in class in maths. As you can see again, he is on average, he is almost average, so she is performing better, then a little better, average, she is performing a little low. So this is how, and he has 7 marks, very low. So this is how you can have. Now if you will see the class performance overall, so class is performing very well in chemistry compared to other subjects, then relatively well in bio, English, then physics, and the class is performing worst in math. So this is how you can compare the data also. Overall percentage of the class is 79.8. So this is how you can analyze your data. So if you get any mark sheet, or if you have to analyze the scores of your students in your class, then you can use this R software to analyze their data and to calculate this mean, standard deviations, then median, and all these statistical parameter you can calculate, and you can analyze the performance of your students in the class. So now I want to show you two things. So first, how to export this file. So for that we have to use the formula write.csv. So we can export this file to a CSV file. Write.csv, you will enter this and then you will write the name of the file. So write.csv, then parenthesis, and then we have to first enter the file name that we want to export. So we want to export this marks updated file, this we want to export, and then we want to just give the name to the file. So let us give the same name. Okay, so this is how we can give the same name as we have, or we can give another name, so it's our choice. So let us give the same name, and then you have to enter. So okay, so what we can do is, let us choose some different file name. Okay, now click enter. Okay, sorry, we are doing a mistake that we are not putting this name of the file in inverted commas, and that's why we are getting this error. So again, just copy paste this, and we have to put this marks in inverted commas. Okay, so then it will not create this problem. And now click enter. So now the file has been transferred, so it has been stored. So we can see this from the file section also here. So as you can see, if I let me see, yes, this, if you can see, the file has been here. So now if I want to open this file here also, and this same you can find in the document. So this is the file. So don't open this. If you want to again use this file, then open this file in text format only. Do not open this file by Excel or any other software. Just open this file as a text file. But let us first open this file in the R software itself. See what's the data stored there. So as you can see, all the data has been stored, but that's in a CSV file. So they are separated by commas. So now but if you see, then what we are getting is, we are getting an additional data, which is 1 2 3, these column numbers, and we don't want, if we don't want these column numbers, so you can remove this column number by adding one more argument to this write CSV file, which is, now put comma and write row dot names equal to false. So write false in capital, and now when you will click enter, so this file will be updated. So as you can see, the file has been updated, and now all the name of the rows has been removed. So this is the same file. and you can enter, you can open this file from here also. So click on this file, so it will ask to open from so many options. So as you can see, do not open this, only open this with Notepad. So when open this with Notepad, so that you can import it again without any hassle. So this is how you can export your data. Now you can copy paste this, you can transfer this, you can import this file to some Excel file, and the same data will be stored there. So if you want to see this how you can store this, so let me open with Notepad. So all this data, and I want, so we can copy paste, then go to and just copy paste the same data to your Excel file. Now you are getting this. What you have to do, you have to split the text to columns, so it is automatically create, all the columns are automatically created. So you can see the your mean data, then your maths marks, physics marks, chemistry marks, and the name of the student. So this is how you can transfer the data also elegantly to your Excel file using this R software. So now this was the original file. Let us download this and try to import this file. So I will download this in two formats. First is I will download in Microsoft Excel file. Okay, so this has been downloaded in Excel, and next I will also download this file in CSV format. So we will have two options to import. So this is in CSV format and this is in Excel file. So first let us import the file in Excel. So to import the file, you have to click on this import dataset. So once you will click on this import dataset, it will ask you to import file in this form. So first is text, then you can also import Excel file, you can also import data from SPSS or SAS, or so let us first try to import text file. So in the text file you can import either text file like we did primes file, or you can import the CSV format file. So go to downloads, let us go to downloads. So this is CSV file and this is Excel file. So as you can see, this is, it is writing Microsoft Excel worksheet, and this is Microsoft Excel comma separated values file. So this file we can import using text formula. So see, now the data has been imported directly. You can import this data and you can save here. So this total marks, this is directly imported. So whatever we feed it here, all this data we entered manually, you can import directly using this import data set. And let us try to import the Excel file also. So to import Excel file, you have to click on this from Excel. So once you will start, so before this, because I have already installed the package, it will ask you to install a package. You have to click on yes. So now browse this, go to download section. So once you will go to download section, select the Excel file you want to import and click on open. So it will import the Excel file. So you can see the Excel file has been imported. You just need to click import and the same Excel file has been imported here. Okay, so this is how you can import data, and then you can analyze like we have analyzed in this. So this is all there in this video. So we have learned how to manage data. If we have some data, we have learned how to manage it, how to analyze it. So this is all there in this video. Thank you.